Dimensional analysis. It's one of the coolest sounding terms in all of math, and it's also one of the trickier concepts to pick up, especially when you're first starting to work with ratios and rates and unit rates and proportions. But it's not that bad. It's actually really convenient, particularly useful when you start dealing with science, physics, and distances, maps, all sorts of normal things we run across every day. So in order to do dimensional analysis, first thing we need to understand is conversion factors. What is a conversion factor? Well, a conversion factor is really just one. It's the number one. A conversion factor simply relates two quantities that are the same. So let's take a look at a simple conversion factor. Ounces and pounds. How many ounces are in 1 pound? Well, it turns out if you're using this English measurement system, you kind of got to know there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. Now, if you don't know that, you can look it up. It's not hard. You can probably click over there somewhere and look it up. So 16 ounces in 1 pound. So I can write that as a ratio. Ratio, comparison of two quantities by division. This is a special type of ratio. It's a rate. It's a measure of two quantities by division, and those quantities are measured in different types of units, ounces and pounds. So if I put 16 ounces over 1 pound, the value of that fraction, the value of that ratio is 1. That's really important because I can multiply anything by the number 1 and not change its value. But that is a fundamental property of mathematics we're going to be using here. So 16 ounces over 1 pound, or if I look at it the other way, I have 1 pound over 16 ounces. That also has a value of 1. So I have two different conversion factors for ounces to pounds. It's going to make a difference which one I use. So let's take a look at a fairly simple example. I'm buying walnuts. They're $9 a pound. I like to comparison shop, so I'm going to decide, how much money is it per ounce? So I want to turn this dollars per pound into dollars per ounce. So I need to convert pounds to ounces. So I need a conversion factor that relates pounds and ounces. Well, I have two of them. I need to figure out which one to use. So I want to get rid of pounds from this ratio. So I want pounds to cancel out. I want my pounds to go away and leave me with ounces. So if you think about when you first learned how to multiply fractions and you were canceling factors, looking for common factors in the numerator and denominator when multiplying, we're doing the same thing. We're looking for common units in the numerator and denominator. So if I have pounds in the denominator and I want to eliminate it, I want to multiply it by something with pounds in the numerator. It will cancel out. So of these two conversion factors, 16 ounces over 1 pound, or 1 pound over 16 ounces, you can probably start to figure out which one to use. If we have pounds in the denominator and we want to multiply by pounds in the numerator, I probably ought to use that second conversion factor. So I get $9 over 1 pound, that's my ratio, or my rate if you prefer, times the conversion factor of 1 pound over 16 ounces. Now I can cancel out the pounds. Once the pounds cancel out, let's take a look at the units I'm left with. I have dollars in the numerator, ounces in the denominator. Well, that's what I want. So we do a little quick multiplication. 9 times 1 is 9. 1 times 16 is 16. So I have $9 over 16 ounces. It's probably going to be a good idea to turn this into a unit rate. A unit rate is a rate with a denominator of 1. So to turn this denominator into 1, I simply need to divide both the numerator and denominator by 16. Computing, and you get 0.5625. Now that's money, so that's a little more than 56 cents. Probably going to round to the nearest penny, giving us 56 cents per ounce. That's a pretty good deal for walnuts, I suppose, but I now have my price per ounce in comparison shop. Oh yeah, there are conversion factors for all sorts of different types of measurements. So maybe we want to convert time, days and weeks, or days and hours. Maybe we want to convert feet to inches or inches to feet. We can also convert capacity, gallons to quarts, quarts to gallons, time, capacity, mass, distance. So there are conversion factors for every type of measurement. Dimensional analysis.